Welcome to US Coins Hub, where history meets hidden value. Today, we uncover a rare piece of American heritage, a coin that tells a story, holds mystery, and could be worth far more than its face value. So slow down, listen closely, and step into the timeless world of rare and valuable US coins. Let's dive into today's video. Top 1 today in this video, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and talked about modern American coins, a coin that many people have seen, spent, or even ignored without realizing what it could truly represent. I'm talking about the United States of America state quarter dollar from Delaware, released in 1999. Coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters, listen very carefully, because this story might completely change the way you look at your spare change. The Delaware state quarter holds a very special place in American numismatic history. It was the very first coin released in the famous 50 state quarters program, a massive initiative by the United States Mint that captured the attention of millions across the country. When this program began, it sparked a nationwide collecting craze. People from all walks of life started checking their pockets, jars, and wallets, hoping to build a complete set. But what many didn't realize back then is that some of these quarters would one day become legendary. Delaware was chosen to lead the series because it was the first state to ratify the United States Constitution. This proud title, the first state, is powerfully reflected in the coin's design. On the reverse side, you'll see a striking image of Caesar Rodney riding on horseback. This design symbolizes his historic midnight ride to Philadelphia in 1776, a journey that helped secure Delaware's vote for independence. The sense of urgency, courage, and patriotism captured in this image makes the coin deeply meaningful, not just as currency, but as a miniature piece of American history. On the obverse side, the familiar portrait of George Washington reminds us that this is still a United States quarter, trusted and recognized everywhere. Yet despite its familiar look, this coin hides secrets that only careful collectors truly understand. While millions of Delaware quarters were minted, not all of them are equal, and that's where rarity comes into play. What makes the 1999 Delaware state quarter so fascinating is the presence of rare minting errors and unusual variations. Errors are the heartbeat of modern coin collecting. They are mistakes that slip through the minting process, creating coins that were never supposed to exist. Some Delaware quarters show double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled, especially in the lettering or details of Caesar Rodney and his horse. Others may have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual surface textures that immediately catch an expert's eye. There are also rare examples struck on the wrong metal or with alignment issues that create dramatic visual differences. These error coins are incredibly difficult to find because most were caught and destroyed before entering circulation. The few that survived became instant prizes for collectors who specialize in modern mint errors. The condition of the coin also plays a massive role. A Delaware quarter that has never been circulated, with sharp details, flawless surfaces, and strong original luster, is far more desirable than one that shows signs of wear. Collectors are drawn to this coin not only because of its errors, but because of its historical importance. Being the first state quarter ever released gives it a unique status. It marks the beginning of a program that redefined American coin collecting and introduced an entire generation to numismatics. For many collectors, owning a rare Delaware quarter feels like owning the opening chapter of a modern collecting revolution. What truly excites collectors is the possibility that such a valuable coin could still be hiding in plain sight. This is not an ancient artifact locked away in a museum. This is a coin that once passed through vending machines, cash registers, and pockets. That sense of discovery, the idea that something extraordinary could come from something so ordinary, is what keeps coin lovers searching, studying, and dreaming. Now, as we reach the final moment of this story, here's the part you've been waiting for. Under the right conditions, with extreme rarity, exceptional preservation, and highly desirable minting errors, the value of a 1999 Delaware state quarter dollar has stunned collectors and experts alike. In the most remarkable cases, this small piece of American history has reached a value of $88,000. Top 2 were shining the spotlight on a beautiful and often underestimated coin from the state quarters era, a coin that many people have held without a second thought. Today, We're talking about the United States of America state quarter dollar from Maryland, released in the year 2000. Coin lovers, collectors, and sharp-eyed treasure hunters, listen very carefully and enjoy this journey. The Maryland State Quarter arrived as part of the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program, a project that transformed modern coin collecting. By the time Maryland's quarter was released, excitement was already high. People across the country were saving rolls of quarters, searching through pocket change, and paying close attention to every new design. Maryland, known as the Old Line State, brought a bold and patriotic design that instantly stood out among the series. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the striking image of the Maryland State House in Annapolis. This building is one of the most historically significant landmarks in the United States. It served as the nation's temporary capital after the Revolutionary War and was the place where George Washington resigned his commission as commander of the Continental Army. That single moment alone gives this coin an incredible historical weight, turning it into more than just currency. It's a tribute to leadership, sacrifice, and the foundations of American democracy. The obverse side features the familiar portrait of George Washington, tying the coin firmly to its role as legal tender. But beneath this familiar appearance lies a world of rarity that many people never notice. While millions of Maryland quarters were produced, only a tiny fraction possessed the special characteristics that make collectors' hearts race. Rarity in modern coins often comes from minting errors, and the Maryland quarter is no exception. Some of the most valuable examples feature double die errors, where parts of the design or lettering appear slightly duplicated. These subtle distortions require a trained eye to spot, but once seen, they cannot be unseen. Other rare pieces show off-center strikes, where the design is not perfectly aligned, creating a dramatic and unusual look. There are also Maryland quarters known for clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting error during production. In even rarer cases, collectors have discovered coins struck on the wrong type of metal or with incorrect thickness and weight. These mistakes happen during high-speed minting and are usually caught and destroyed. The few that escape into circulation become highly sought-after prizes. Condition plays a massive role in determining desirability. A Maryland State quarter that has never been circulated, with sharp edges, flawless surfaces, and strong original luster, is incredibly rare. Most coins from 2000 were used heavily in everyday transactions, leading to scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details. Finding one preserved in near-perfect condition is like finding a time capsule from the moment it left the mint. Collectors are especially drawn to the Maryland quarter because it combines historical significance with modern rarity. It represents a state that played a critical role in early American history, while also being part of a program that revived interest in coin collecting nationwide. For many collectors, owning a rare Maryland quarter feels like holding a bridge between America's past and its modern collecting culture. What makes this coin even more exciting is the idea that it could still be out there. This is not a coin locked away in ancient vaults or buried under centuries of soil. It once moved through cash registers, banks, and pockets. That possibility keeps collectors searching rolls, inspecting details under magnification, and never underestimating their spare change. Now, as we come to the most exciting part of the story, it's time for the value reveal. When all the right factors come together, extreme rarity, remarkable minting errors, and exceptional preservation, the Maryland State quarter dollar from the year 2000 has reached an astonishing value of $85,000. Top 3, we're exploring a coin that many people remember using every day, yet very few truly understand. This time, our focus is on the United States of America state quarter dollar from West Virginia, released in the year 2005. Coin lovers, collectors, and careful listeners, stay with me and enjoy every moment of this story. To BY 2005, the state quarters program was already a massive success. Millions of Americans were collecting, trading, and searching through their pocket change. Each new release told the story of a state, its heritage, and its pride. When West Virginia joined the series, it brought a powerful and emotional design that instantly connected with people who love nature, strength, and independence. The reverse of the West Virginia quarter proudly displays the New River Gorge Bridge, one of the longest steel arch bridges in the Western Hemisphere at the time of its construction. Surrounding it are the rolling hills and flowing river, that symbolize the rugged beauty of the mountain state. Above the bridge appears the phrase, "wild and wonderful," a nickname that perfectly captures West Virginia's spirit. This design isn't just beautiful, it represents resilience, engineering achievement, and the deep bond between the land and its people. On the obverse side, the familiar image of George Washington anchors the coin as a trusted piece of American currency. But for collectors, the true excitement lies beyond the surface. While millions of West Virginia quarters were minted, only a tiny number stand out as truly rare. These special coins owe their value to unusual minting errors, exceptional condition, and unique production flaws that were never meant to leave the mint. Minting errors are what transform ordinary quarters into collector treasures. Some West Virginia quarters display double die errors, where lettering or parts of the bridge design appear slightly doubled. These errors happen when the coin die receives multiple impressions, creating a subtle but valuable mistake. Other rare examples show off-center strikes, where the design is shifted away from the center, making the coin instantly eye-catching. Even more intriguing are clipped planchet errors, where a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a cutting malfunction during production. There are also extremely rare cases of coins struck on the wrong metal or with improper thickness and weight. These errors are usually caught and destroyed during quality checks, which is why the few that survive are so highly prized by collectors. Condition plays a crucial role in the story of this coin. A West Virginia state quarter that has never entered circulation, with sharp details, clean surfaces, and bright original luster, is incredibly difficult to find. Most coins from 2005 were heavily used in daily transactions, leading to scratches, dull finishes, and worn designs. Finding one preserved in near-perfect condition is like freezing a moment in time. Collectors are drawn to the West Virginia quarter not only because of its errors, but because of its meaning. It represents a state known for strength, independence, and natural beauty. Being part of the later years of the state quarters program also adds to its appeal, as fewer people were saving coins compared to the early releases. This combination of lower preservation rates and rare errors makes standout examples especially desirable. What truly excites coin lovers is the possibility that such a valuable piece could still be out there. This is not a coin locked behind museum glass. It once moved through banks, stores, and everyday hands. That sense of possibility keeps collectors searching rolls, checking details under magnification, and never underestimating a simple quarter. Now we've reached the moment every collector waits for. When extreme rarity, dramatic minting errors, and outstanding preservation come together, the United States of America state quarter dollar from West Virginia, released in 2005, has stunned the collecting world by reaching a value of $82,000. Top 4 we're taking a close look at a memorable and meaningful coin from the state quarters era, the United States of America state quarter dollar from New Hampshire, released in the year 2000. Coin lovers, collectors, and careful listeners, stay with me and enjoy this fascinating journey. By the time New Hampshire's quarter entered circulation, the state quarters program had already captured the attention of the nation. Millions of people were collecting, swapping, and saving these coins, not just for their designs, but for the stories behind them. New Hampshire brought a design that was instantly recognizable and deeply symbolic, a design that speaks to freedom, independence, and the American spirit. The reverse side of the New Hampshire quarter features the iconic Old Man of the Mountain, a famous natural rock formation that once stood proudly in the White Mountains. Alongside it appears the state motto, "Live free or die," a powerful statement that reflects New Hampshire's fierce sense of independence. Although the Old Man of the Mountain collapsed just a few years after this coin was released, the quarter preserves its image forever, turning it into a lasting tribute to a lost natural landmark and a reminder of the state's identity. The obverse side carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, reminding us that this coin is part of the everyday currency used across the country. Yet beneath this familiar face lies a world of detail and rarity that most people never notice. While millions of New Hampshire quarters were minted, only a small number possess the characteristics that make collectors stop and take notice. Rarity in modern coins often comes down to minting errors and exceptional condition, and the New Hampshire quarter offers both. Some rare examples display double die errors, where letters or parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. These subtle errors can be difficult to spot at first glance, but once seen, they dramatically increase a coin's desirability. Other rare New Hampshire quarters feature off-center strikes, where the design is not perfectly aligned on the coin. These errors create a visually striking appearance and are highly prized by error collectors. Clipped planchet errors are also known to exist, where a portion of the coin is missing because of a cutting mistake during production. Each of these errors tells a story of the fast-paced minting process and the rare moments when something went wrong. Even more intriguing are reports of coins struck on the wrong type of metal or with incorrect thickness and weight. These mistakes are extremely rare because quality control usually removes them before they ever leave the mint. When such a coin does escape into circulation, it becomes an instant standout in the collecting world. Condition plays a crucial role in the value and appeal of this coin. A New Hampshire state quarter that has never been circulated, with sharp details, smooth surfaces, and bright original luster, is exceptionally difficult to find. Most coins from the year 2000 were used heavily in everyday transactions, leading to scratches, worn edges, and faded details. Finding one preserved in near-perfect condition is like uncovering a time capsule from the moment it was minted. Collectors are especially drawn to the New Hampshire quarter because of its emotional and historical significance. It captures an image of a natural wonder that no longer exists, making the coin feel even more meaningful. Combined with its place in the state quarters program, this emotional connection adds another layer of appeal for serious collectors and passionate coin lovers. What makes this coin truly exciting is the idea that it could still be hiding in plain sight. It's not an ancient relic locked away in a museum. It once passed through cash registers, bankrolls, and everyday hands. That possibility keeps collectors searching, examining details closely, and never taking a simple quarter for granted. Now we've reached the moment every collector waits for, when extreme rarity, remarkable minting errors, and outstanding preservation come together. The United States of America state quarter dollar from New Hampshire, released in the year 2000, has amazed collectors by reaching a value of $79,000. Top 5. We're exploring a beautiful and often overlooked treasure from the state quarters era, the United States of America state quarter dollar from South Carolina, released in the year 2000. Coin lovers and collectors, relax, listen closely, and enjoy this journey. When the state quarters program was in full swing, it captured the attention of the entire nation. Families collected albums, kids searched couch cushions, and collectors paid close attention to every new design. South Carolina's quarter arrived during this exciting time and brought with it a design rich in symbolism, pride, and identity. This coin represents more than a state. It tells a story of heritage, natural beauty, and historical importance. The reverse side of the South Carolina quarter features a powerful combination of symbols. At the center is the outline of the state itself, proudly displayed. Surrounding it are iconic elements that define South Carolina's identity: the palmetto tree, the Carolina wren, and the yellow jessamine flower. The palmetto tree symbolizes resilience and strength, famously associated with the state's role in American history. The Carolina wren represents spirit and energy, while the yellow jessamine reflects beauty and tradition. Together, these symbols create a design that feels alive and deeply meaningful. On the obverse side, the familiar portrait of George Washington reminds us that this coin is part of the everyday currency shared across the country. Yet for collectors, the true excitement lies in what makes certain examples stand apart. While millions of South Carolina quarters were produced, only a small number possess the special qualities that elevate them from common change to highly sought-after collectibles. Rarity is the key, and in modern coins, rarity often comes from minting errors. Some South Carolina quarters are known to exhibit double die errors, where lettering or parts of the design appear slightly doubled due to a mistake during the die creation process. These errors can be subtle, but once identified, they greatly increase a coin's appeal and value. Other rare examples show off-center strikes, where the design is not perfectly aligned on the coin. These visually striking errors immediately catch a collector's attention. Clipped planchet errors are also highly prized, where a portion of the coin is missing because of a cutting issue during production. Each error tells a unique story about the moment something went wrong at the mint. Even rarer are coins struck on incorrect metal planchets or with abnormal thickness and weight. These mistakes are usually caught during quality control and removed before release. The few that escape into circulation become legendary among collectors, especially when paired with strong eye appeal. Condition plays a massive role in the desirability of the South Carolina quarter. Coins that have never entered circulation, with crisp details, clean surfaces, and bright original luster, are extremely difficult to find. Most coins from the year 2000 were heavily used in daily transactions, resulting in scratches, dull finishes, and worn edges. A perfectly preserved example is like a frozen moment from the past. Collectors are drawn to the South Carolina quarter not only for its errors, but for its design and symbolism. It represents a state with deep roots, natural beauty, and a strong sense of identity. Being part of the early years of the state quarters program also adds to its appeal, as these coins mark a turning point in modern American coin collecting. What makes this coin especially exciting is the possibility that it could still be hiding somewhere unexpected. It's not locked away in ancient vaults or museums. It once passed through stores, banks, and everyday hands. That sense of possibility keeps collectors searching rolls, examining details, and never overlooking a simple quarter. Now we arrive at the moment every collector waits for, when extreme rarity, remarkable minting errors, and exceptional preservation come together. The United States of America state quarter dollar from South Carolina, released in the year 2000, has reached a value that continues to amaze the collecting world, an incredible $75,000. If you enjoyed this story and love discovering the hidden potential of everyday coins, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay curious. Your next great find might already be waiting for you. Happy collecting and keep looking closely.